Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Wait a minute. This is my first role, not my MC role, but we're doing something entertaining. I am David Isaac, your SAA for this wonderful evening we have at District 127, our education session. Just a quick thing. If anyone's mic is on, can we please mute? I think we have some little bit of a disturbance over there. Thank you so much. Let me read out the district mission and Toastmaster International mission. Mission: we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. But what is a Toastmasters International mission? We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. Before we proceed with our proceedings for today's evening, kindly turn off on your cell phones or set them in silent mode. I think most of us already have them in silent mode. Mute your screens or please be quiet while this wonderful education session is going on. You can keep your video on. I personally would recommend that because we love the speaker. The speaker would love to know what you're talking about and your expressions. For safety purposes, please avoid joining the meeting while you're driving or walking. We don't want you to running into a cold. Don't do that. To the speakers, our lovely speakers, eye contact with the camera. We have a 4 square over here. So it's similar to having an eye contact with the student or with in an in-person meeting. Please maintain eye contact with your audience. And to get a feel of the audience, switch to gallery mode. You can see everyone over there. There are certain topics which you can't talk about: sex, politics, and religion. And since it's an evening time and the majority of us are at home, the exits are to your knowing. I personally wouldn't know where they are, but mine is to the right. Audience, please feel free to share to give your reaction in the comment section. I will personally make sure that's happening. And we have a very exciting session going on today with DTM Jyothika. But before we do, let me introduce the MC for today's evening, the person who will guide us through the entire segment. He is a dynamic, he is a comedic, he is quite a guy interested in suits. I love blazers, or he loves blazers. He is Toastmaster David Isaac, coming from Westford Leaders Toastmasters Club, District 127, Division E, Area 17. Could we have a virtual round of applause for this individual over here? Could we have a round of applause or in the chat box? Say like, congrats, we're here, we're excited. Or show, oh, we have hearts, we have Toastmaster David, we are quite interested in seeing you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's amazing session, new member orientation with your MC, David Isaac. Thank you, Toastmaster David, for that amazing introduction and telling us what we are doing for today's. What are the rules and regulations for today's meeting? I'm your MC, and is everyone here? All 62 of you, excluding myself, because I'm already excited, ready for today's meeting? Could we have a yes in the chat box and a thumbs up? Congratulations. Yes, come on, let's get this. We are a lot of people. We need to get this number going. Amazing. Look at the enthusiasm over here. Now, this is amazing. 22 people already shouted, yes, let us go. So this is amazing. Well done. And I'm so glad you guys are here. I am so excited. Everyone here is ready to learn. Thank you so much to the district for making this event a very successful one. Hopefully, at the end of it, I'll be saying that as well. But before we kickstart this fantastic event, I would like to call upon our district director, DTM, Dr. Abdul Sattar, to say a few words. Dr. Sattar, are you there?
Hi, David. Thank you very much. Your energy is mesmerizing every time. Thank you for. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm still driving back home in India, so the network is not that strong. So I better speak than putting on the camera, without putting on the camera. Thank you very much, David, once again for this energizing start for this meeting. And let me appreciate the efforts of the club growth director and the program quality director in arranging this event to highlight the Toastmasters, how it actually works, to describe the manual of how Toastmaster works. When I first joined Toastmasters, I quit in 6 months' time because I didn't see much value. And I'm sure that was probably because I did not attend any of the orientation sessions when I joined. I'm sure from today's session by DTM Jyothika Shetty, she will be explaining to each and every one of you how things works, and every step, what you're going to take at every level, so that you're guided well to reach your goal. I'm sure each one of you have your own plans and goals when you have joined Toastmasters. Let this session guide all of you to reach your goals, your dreams, to make it easier, to make it even more professional way. Thank you very much, David. And I'm so sorry that I could not put on my video. Wish you all the very best for the event. Let's listen to the good words from the trainers today.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sattar. Could we have a round of applause for our lovely director over there? Congratulations. Thank you so much. And please, as a heads up from the buy side, please take care while driving over there, Dr. Sattar. Thank you for your wisdom. Now, moving on. Could we have a few words from our program quality director, Dr. GTM Muneeba? Could we have a round of applause for her as well, people? All 62 of you, all 61 of you should be applauding over there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. That was wonderful. This is the time, like, back to school. Everyone is going back to school. So I just landed in Dubai. I was also back to school, not for me, but for my children. And these words by Margaret Fuller caught my eye as I was collecting the books for my children at school. It was written on the library wall. Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. And this instantly resonated with me. But as a Toastmaster, I would like to say, today a Toastmaster, tomorrow a leader. After all, Toastmasters is where leaders are made. Dear friends and fellow Toastmasters, we all know that this platform is designed to improve our communication skills. But one of the most remarkable aspects of Toastmasters is the leadership skills you gain, almost without realizing it. Our MC and Sergeant at Arms here today with us, David, he was a district leader, he was an area director. And speaker for today, DTM Jyothika Shetty, she is a district leader. Leadership is about becoming a better person. As a leader, you are expected to set an example. And this responsibility heightens your awareness of how to speak, how you behave, and how you react in different situations. Wouldn't it be wonderful one day the walls of the schools and institutions proudly displayed the message about Toastmasters? Because it is truly where leaders are made. This is what I felt when I went to school yesterday. And I'm delighted to be here with you all today. Now I'm excited to hand over the screen back to our dashing and daring MC, David. And I'm eager to learn from our eloquent and inspiring speaker, DTM Jyothika, who never ceases to amaze me. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster David.
Your microphone. Alright, the host asked me to unmute my microphone. Thank you so much for giving us that code. That's the one thing I think we should be doing when we start our sessions over here, starting with a quote. Quite nice. Next time, I will do that as well. Thank you, Dr. Muneeba, for that. But now, I had everyone say yes in the chat box. You all are so amazing, so responsive, and so interactive. And I hope you are the same for when our amazing trainer today comes on board. But let me give you her introduction. A couple of you might be familiar, but to those who aren't, let me give up. DTM Jyothika has been a Toastmaster for over 10 years. She started her journey in Burj Toastmasters in District 105 in Dubai. She served in various leadership roles, including the area director, division director, and district administrative manager of District 125. In District 121, that is such a catchy name over there. She was instrumental in chartering two first of its kind clubs, a trilingual club, not even trilingual club, and a debate club. In Dubai, she has chartered the UAE Buns Toastmaster Club, now known as the UAE Expats Toastmaster Club. Academically, she is an MBA from Manchester Business School, UK, mother of 3 children, a published author, and a professional public speaking coach. She believes in continuous learning and has always been a lifelong learner. Without further ado, I want everyone, 62 of you or 61 of you, to go in the chat box and welcome with a thunderous round of applause, DTM Jyothika.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster David. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Dr. Muneeba, DTM Muneeba, and our District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Sattar. We also have our Club Growth Director here, Toastmaster. Okay, where is he?
Harish,
where is he? I just saw him. Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Harish. A very good evening. It's really glad to be, I really feel nice to come back to my home ground because I've been here, I've spent so many years here. So thank you for the opportunity. It really feels good to get back here. So Isaac has given a very loaded introduction. I don't want to get carried away. Just a simple Toastmaster trying to share information and make your journey better. Now, initially, when we heard our district director speak, he said he left Toastmasters in the first 6 months. I don't know which year this was because I have always seen him in Toastmasters. So what could possibly be, and he also explained what could possibly be the reason why he left. Probably he didn't learn or he did not attend the education sessions that he was supposed to attend, or probably there weren't people enough to guide him. I don't know which one it was. But nevertheless, I say that the responsibility lies in both parties. It is even the member as well as the club who are equally responsible for the growth of the member. So I would say congratulations to each one of you who are here today for taking the right step. You have your district who's taken the initiative to do this orientation, and you'll have taken the opportunity to be here. So well done on that. Now I have a question for all of you. How many of you are less than 6 months in Toastmasters? You could feel free to keep your video on. We can make it interactive. All right.
Me. Myself.
All right. So we have.
Me too.
Okay. We have quite a few people who are.
Me too.
All right. Great. Fantastic.
Me too.
Me.
All right. All right. Great. Fantastic. Now, this is the orientation which is imperative or it's a critical factor for your success in Toastmasters. However, this is not restricted to only new members. Even the old members can come back and they can refresh their knowledge, because knowledge is what is going to make you stronger in your journey. Now that you've joined Toastmasters, how many of you have asked this question to yourself? What more? What now? I've joined Toastmasters, but what now? What do I do? If you have not asked this question, all right, Adnan says him, fine. If you have not asked this question, I highly recommend that when you're in Toastmasters, ask as many questions as possible. Because the more questions you ask, the more answers you get, and the more better you get in your journey. Because there's no one who's going to feed you here, but you have to ensure you take care of yourself. While there are programs, there are paths, there is everything available here. But at the end of the day, the onus, as much as you think it is of the club, it is on you to ensure your path is clear. So the first question I have for you all before I begin is, how many of you are clear with your goal in Toastmasters? If I pick up one of you from here, will you be able to tell me why exactly have you joined Toastmasters? Ankit?
I have joined. Can I?
Yes, please. If you can introduce yourself and tell me your answer.
Yeah, hi. I'm Sheetal Shijoy. I'm from Building Leaders Toastmaster Club.
Yes,
So
Sheetal.
my main motive behind this is to reduce the stage fear and become self-confident.
All right, great, fantastic. Who
Thank you,
else?
ma'am.
Anyone else?
Yeah, hi, I'm Viraj Mistry. I have joined ICAT Toastmaster Club.
Okay.
So honestly, from why or what part I'm not yet clear, and that's what I'm looking forward. However, I have seen my fellow my colleagues joining and attending the meetings, and it's a complete the change which I have observed there, and I've attended the meeting, and the kind of energy and the kind of I can say that, okay, there are lots of opportunity, but yes, at the end, what I will gain and how I will gain, that I'm looking forward from this session.
All right. Thank you for sharing it with me. One thing that I would highly recommend all of you to do is have clarity of why you have joined Toastmasters. The reason why I joined Toastmasters is to make friends. Can you believe it? I just wanted to join Toastmasters to make friends. And when I walked into that club, I had a bunch of ex-com officers run towards me, be so friendly, and I was bowled over. And the very next meeting, I joined the club. It's been 11 years now. I'm still with Toastmasters. So which means I didn't have clarity initially, but over a period of time, I realized it's very important to have a clear goal in Toastmasters, because that is a time you'll be able to make the best out of this entire journey. Now, if you're going to tell me, I want to be a good speaker, I want to be a good leader, I want to overcome my stage fear, these are dreams. These are wishes that you want to fulfill. However, without a strong plan in place, it is very difficult, or rather, you would take a lot of time, just like the way I did. It took me 7 years to do my first DTM, not because I couldn't do it, but I had absolutely no goal in place. And that is the time I realized that I really need to know how to tread this path. So while you finish this meeting, I want you to take a moment at home and think about what is it that you want to achieve in the next 1 year. Precisely, if I have to say, 30th June 2025, what is it that you want to achieve that will lead you towards realizing your dream, your wish, your bigger goal or vision in life? So if you want to be a speaker, there are things that you have to do, right? There are things that you have to plan. So what is it that you want to achieve? And just a bit of clarity I would like to give you there. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
So there are 5 elements you have to take care when you draft your goal. It has to be a SMART goal. You must have heard this before, and this is what Toastmasters says as well. It has to be specific. What exactly are you talking about? If you want to be a good speaker, then how do you want to break it down into smaller goals? So be specific. Is it two parts that you want to achieve, one part that you want to complete? Whatever it is, be specific and let it be measurable. Whatever you can measure, you'll be able to manage. Otherwise, it's a very difficult task if you're not able to measure your progress. And therefore, let it be measurable. So if you want to deliver 10 speeches, write it down. These are the 10 numbers that I want to achieve. It's 2 parts, a DTM or whatever it is, and let it be achievable. What do I mean by saying achievable is if you've not even finished the first speech and you're aiming to finish your DTM by the end of the year, that probably may not be achievable and you could be disappointed. So give yourself a very realistic goal for the year. Let it be relatable. It has to be related to Toastmasters because you are in Toastmasters and your goals have to relate to Toastmasters. and it has to be time bound. Now, I didn't follow the time bound process, and I know that I regret doing it. And that was way back. It's ancient. Now, I don't want you to do the same mistake. And that's why they say mentors are the ones who know the way, go the way, show the way. So be attached to a mentor who will help you to put this together. Now, once this is over, you could probably talk to your club growth, your VP education, and talk to them and see how you can have a goal. Now, there's another reason why you have to have a clear goal. Your club's objective is to help you meet your goal, right? Their objective is to help you meet your goal. Now, if you are not clear with your goal, how is your club going to help you? Therefore, first, clarity on what your goal is. Please speak to your VP education. If you've already finished the meeting with your VP ed, your mentor, perfectly all right, but please discuss your goal with them. Now, that is attached to the mission that we have in Toastmasters. This is the mission of Toastmasters, the club mission. The club mission is, someone can read it for me? Can someone read it for me?
Yes, ma'am.
The
This is
mission of
Ankit. Okay.
Yes, please go ahead.
The mission of a Toastmaster Club is to create a supportive and a positive learning environment where members can develop their communication and leadership skills.
Very good. Thank you very much. I don't know your name.
Ankit here, ma'am.
Hi, Ankit. Thank you very much. Now, there are two areas in which your club has to work. They have to create a supportive and a positive learning environment, and they have to be instrumental in you developing your communication and leadership skill. They can only do this when you are clear about what you want. So please discuss it with them, clarify your goals, and speak to them. What kind of help should they give you? If for them to create that supportive environment, all right, there's a club, you go to the club, but how will they help you to develop your communication and leadership skills? Do you want them to nudge you? Do you want some extra time? What more do you want the club to do? So you have to have clarity, and it has to be very clear when you discuss this thing with them. So when you finish this meeting, in the next few days, please make a point to discuss with your VP education on your goals in Toastmasters. So at the end of the 25 minutes that we have, or 20 minutes that we have, what am I going to cover? Or rather, the outcome of this entire session is, I think you pretty much know that the importance of writing your goal. So you will start writing your goal. You will also know how to effectively participate in meetings. Now, you must have seen some meetings where you have 3 segments, which is the speaking, the table topics, and the evaluation. And probably some of you may even think, am I supposed to participate in all of this immediately? So we'll have clarity on that. I'll also talk about the roadmap ahead. Where does all this journey lead to? Where is the final destination? But just a disclaimer, there is no final destination, because Toastmasters is a continuous process. I'll also show you some opportunities that lie ahead, which you can capitalize on, and who will help you in this journey. But to do all of this, there is something that you have to do. And I don't know whether you know about this. All of us Toastmasters are bound by the 10 promises that we make to Toastmasters. And all of it is related to your conduct, the way you conduct yourself in Toastmasters. The first promise you make is you have to, and I'm reading this on behalf of you, which means you're making a promise today. Can I have a confirmation in the chat box that all of you, 63 or 65 people who are here, make a promise to abide by these 10 promises that Toastmasters binds us? So David, probably you could moderate it and see if we are putting their yes in the chat box. So what is the first one? The first one is to attend meetings regularly. You may have a goal, you may have a lot of dreams, but if you do not attend meetings regularly, how do you expect your dreams to be fulfilled? So that's the first thing that you have to do. Second, prepare all projects to the best of your ability. Take it as an opportunity. Consult your mentor. Frame your script, craft your script, and present it in the best possible manner. And everything has to be based on pathways. Whatever assignment you take, please take time to prepare it. It could be the Toastmaster of the day. It could be a table topic master, counter, timer, whatever it is. Please take time and take it seriously, because people will emulate you going forward. So you have a responsibility. Be very constructive and supportive when you provide feedbacks. It has to be helpful with a view to help others grow. So when you give evaluations to others, please be constructive. Do not criticize. Contribute towards maintaining a positive and friendly environment. So it is up to us, each one of us, to maintain that positivity and friendliness in your club. So we're all responsible for this. To serve as a club officer. Now we have our DTM Muneeba. We have so many of us. We also have some club officers here. I don't know if any one of you are club officers, but there will come a time where you'll have to serve as a club officer. Now, for those of you who say that I'm not going to be a club officer, I'm here only to speak, that probably is not the right way to look at it, because we're all paid members here. We're serving each other. There'll come a time when you'll have to step forward to serve as an officer. You'll have to be willing to do that. Treat fellow members and guests with respect. That's the primary thing. Respect is imperative. Also, you will also promise to bring in guests. It's not just the responsibility of the VP membership or any of the other club officers, but each one of you will bring guests to the club, because a thriving club is always a very good, helpful ground for you to grow. You have to adhere to the guidelines and the rules of Toastmasters, which is clearly stipulated in the protocol documents, in the governing documents. Please go and read through it. And the first place you can start off is by reading the standard, the club constitution that clearly, explicitly lays down all the information that the club is bound by. But what I'd like to draw your attention particularly to the 10th point. And 10th point is the foundation of how we function. That is the 4 core values. Each one of us have to abide by these 4 core values, that is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. These are the foundation keywords, taglines, and the values of Toastmasters. So whatever you do here, and maybe outside your life, but I'm talking in the context of Toastmasters, whatever you do here, please ensure you follow integrity, which anything you do, nobody's going to police you, but you know that you have to do with integrity. You deal people with respect. Anything and everything you say has to be respectful. Whatever you do here is with an intention of service. We are not paid members here. We are all servant leaders here. So you come from a space of service, serving each other. And at the end of the day, our objective is to aim at excellence. So these are the 10 promises that we have made today. We have the PQD here. So please, you can take it into, I think, consideration that all our members here have made this promise. You can always go back to it. It's available online. Now, this beautiful organization was put together or brought together by this gentleman, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, who's a founding father of Toastmasters. And we are in our centennial year. It's 100th year. So the reason why I'm telling this is I want to highlight the importance of what a beautiful and a great organization you're a part of. It is an international organization that has been in existence since 1924. And let me tell you, 1924 is the year when the formal meeting took place. The first informal meeting took place in the year 1905. So you know what kind of legacy this institution has. Currently, Toastmasters is available in 148 countries, over 14,200 clubs, and over 270,000 members, active members. However, in the last 100 years, it has benefited more than 4 million members. Now, if you're thinking that's not a big number compared to the 100 years, you know that people do suffer or are scared to come and speak in public. So there's a lot of work to do, and this organization is here to stay. Now let's look at the meeting rules. Now, how many of you have already attended any of your club meetings? I'll go with the assumption that you've attended your club meeting. So you pretty much know what are the meeting rules. All right. I think you all have attended your meeting rules, club meetings. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is that it's very common to be overwhelmed with the different roles and responsibilities and protocols that you may see in a club environment. However, Toastmasters per se recommends you take these roles in a very progressive manner. And that's what I want to bring to your notice. So there are 3 different categories that they have categorized with Toastmasters. Roles that you can immediately start. You do not really need to observe anything. You can immediately start, which is good to start. Roles that Toastmasters recommends that you wait, observe a few meetings, get used to it, learn a little bit, and then you can attempt. And finally, join in at any time. You can just jump in and attempt it. So let's see what are the roles that fall in the first category, which is good to start. That's a timer. We have a timer here, keeping the time. There's an hour counter. There's a grammarian. Timer is someone who keeps the time. And just because it says it's good to start doesn't mean that they are unimportant. They are very important roles, especially a timer has to keep the time to ensure the meeting takes place, begins and ends on time. So whenever you do this role, it's always best to make a Toastmaster sit next to you. It could be your mentor, it could be anyone else who's experienced, who can guide you through for the first time. And later, as you get used to it, you can do it on your own. An hour counter is someone who fills the hours, who notices the hours and the ums, the filler words as well. So hour counter is someone, it's a very simple, yet this is where you'll have to be a little more vigilant or vigilant while listening. So you'll have to be a good listener here. Then you have the grammarian who helps you to get better in your English language or whichever language your club operates in. The next set of roles is where Toastmaster says, hey, listen, there is no hurry. Please do not rush. You can take time to start this or to attempt this. The first one is Toastmaster, which is Toastmaster of the day. Then is the topics master, where essentially you're responsible to conduct the table topic session, which is the impromptu speech. Then you have the evaluator who evaluates the speech, and then the general evaluator who evaluates the entire meeting. So these are the roles that Toastmasters recommends that you wait. However, I have a little bit of different experience. 11 years back when I joined Toastmasters, I had, for my second meeting, the president called me and said, hey, Jyothika, can you be the Toastmaster of the day? I'm like, what is that? What is that? So he said, it's just that you have to come in front of and you have to just coordinate the meeting and bring them together. Initially, I was a bit apprehensive. I wasn't very open at the idea, but I said, let me just take the challenge. I called my mentor. I spoke to him and I got some help and I put the script together. But that day I realized that Toastmaster of the day is perhaps one of the most easiest role that you can have, because you are in the spotlight, but at the same time, you have a script in front of you and it's pretty easy to do. But what you have to note here is that you have to contact all the role players, put them together, take their introduction, ensure that they know what their job is, what their role is. If they do not know, please coordinate with the VP Education and ensure they get the script. The next bunch of it is table topic speaker. So you have a table topic master, which you can take it slow. But to be a table topic speaker, you do not have to wait. If you're comfortable, jump in, speak, or you give it a pass. That's totally up to you. And then comes the project speeches. Project speeches, you have to check the time frame. Typically, there is no written rule that you have to do it today or tomorrow. It's totally up to your club and your comfort. But I would recommend that if you can consider giving your first icebreaker speech, at least within the first 2 months of your existence in your club, that will be great. A few resources that I recommend that you could please look at. You could take a screenshot, you could take a picture, but please refer to these 3 tools or resources that will help you to execute your role better. The first one is A Toastmaster Wears Many Hats. It's available online. You can go and Google it. You'll be able to download it. It gives you all the information about all the roles and what needs to be done. The next one is Master Your Meetings. It gives much more than these roles that you look at. It talks about mentoring. It talks about evaluation. It talks about a lot of things. And then you also can get scripts online. However, I recommend you liaise with your VP Education to put this in perspective so that you are in line and you are on the same page with your club VP Education. So is it clear so far what I've spoken about? Is it clear? We'll take the questions a little later. If you have questions, please note it down.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Please note down your questions. I can get back to you. I can answer them. No worries. So typically, what do these roles do? There are more than 300 competencies that you can develop in Toastmasters, especially in pathways. But I've just put a little bit of few of them here, that while taking these roles, once you take these roles, you're essentially developing these skills. It could be public speaking, organization skills, listening skills, you name it, and everything is here. So it is very important that you start taking the roles, even if it's slow, no problem, but you start taking and doing bits and pieces. Now, you must have heard about pathways many times. What is pathways? What is pathways? Just like any curriculum any school has, Toastmasters has pathways. And pathways, like the name defines, is a path that you walk on. As of today, it helps you to develop more than 300 unique skill set and competencies. It also helps you to develop real-world transferable skills. What do I mean by real-world transferable skills? You can transfer these skills to any job you go. It's not job specific. So it's amazing. There are 11 parts as of now. I'm going to talk about it a little later, but there are 11 parts here. And then it is also available in Arabic, English, French, German, Japanese, Portuguese, Malayalam, and Tamil as well, but just limited numbers. There are many more that this particular curriculum is available. However, you'll be able to deliver it only if you are belonging to that particular club. I mean, depends on the club that you belong. If it's an English-speaking club, you'll have to deliver it in English. Now, Pathways is a self-paced learning. It is a flexible learning. You can sit in any part of the world, any corner of the world, and conduct and do it the way you want. However, again, I would like to reiterate here, when I say it's flexible, it's up to you what time you want to follow. I would like to reiterate here that always have a timeline, because that will help you to move forward. As mentioned today, as of today, as we stand, there are 11 parts, different parts: dynamic leadership, effective coaching, engaging humor. With the gist that you're getting, these parts aim at helping you develop that particular skill. For example, if it's engaging humor, it'll help you to develop your humorous skill. If it's leadership development, then your leadership skill. However, this is just like, shooting in the dark, isn't it? It's not a clear guideline of how to pick your path. So Toastmasters have also taken care about that. You don't have to really break your head behind how to choose your path. There are ways in which you can choose your path. However, let me just give a disclaimer here. There was a separate session conducted for pathways. So in this, I will not be getting into the pathways nuances. I hope that's okay. So probably you could speak to DTM Muneeba on that aspect. Now, as of today, there are 11 parts like I showed you. However, once the new learning management system is implemented, which was to be implemented in June this year, it's not done yet, the 5 parts are going to be dropped. The parts that you see on the right side will be dropped, and the left ones will be there. Now, if any of you are thinking, oh my God, I have innovative planning, what do I do? What happens? Don't worry. You'll still be able to deliver your projects. You'll still get credit for whatever you do. Everything will take place as it is. But future developments or updates could probably not be available for the parts that are being dropped, but you're not going to lose anything. So today, if you're going to pick up any path, you have everything that you're free to pick up anything you want. There are 11 parts. I'll talk about the 11 parts that are available, not to confuse you more. Now, we talked about the 300 competencies that are there, right? But there are 5 core competencies that all of these 11 parts aim to build. On the left-hand side, you see these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the core competencies: public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. Now look at the right side. Against each of the paths, you see some numbers, don't you? But if you look at these numbers, not all the numbers resonate with each other. They're different. Look at dynamic leadership. It's 1, 2, 3, and 5, which means when you do dynamic leadership, you learn public speaking, number 1, number 2, interpersonal communication, number 3, strategic leadership, and confidence. But if you go to effective coaching, They've dropped the 3. Instead, it's replaced by management. If you go into engaging humor, it's 1 and 5. That's public speaking and confidence. But I want to draw your attention to number 5. Number 1 as well, but more number 5. Number 5 and number 1 are numbers that are common in all the parts. What does it mean? The more you speak, the more you get better at public speaking and the more confident you get. So all these parts aim at building your confidence and public speaking. So you're free to choose any part you want. Now, a quick wrap up on how the DTM works. Your final destination is Distinguished Toastmaster. However, it is not the final destination because you go back and you can redo your pathways, your Distinguished Toastmaster path again. There are people who've done it for 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. But quickly, a road to DTM starts by doing 2 parts. Now, I showed you 11 parts. You don't have to do all those 11 parts. You just need to complete 2 of them and a DTM project. And serve as a club leader for 1 whole year or 6 different terms. A district leader, I'll talk a little bit more about it, but I don't want you to inundate you with information. It might be a little confusing at this stage. So just take it at face value and then later you could probably probe. Then you'll have to do 2 extended roles, which are club sponsors and club mentors. If you do not have an opportunity, this is when you charter a new club. But you may say, I cannot charter a club. What do I do? So Toastmaster has even taken care of that. If you cannot be a club sponsor, do a speechcraft or a youth leadership program. To know more, you can always go back to your VP Education to find out what a speechcraft and a youth leadership program is. If you do not have the opportunity to serve as a club mentor, you can always be a club coach. What is a club coach? Any club that has 12 or less members, you have to help them become a distinguished club. So that is where you can be instrumental. There are various leadership opportunities available at the club level, area, division, district, region. So at the club level, you already have an ExCom of 7 members there. You can be any one of them. Once you've done that, you can move on to the area. You can move on to the division. So today, I am the division director in my district here, but I've also served as an area director, president, secretary, and various other roles. Once you've done this, you can move on to the next level. So you have DTM Muneeba as a program quality director. You have DTM Abdul Sattar as a district director. You have club road director here. You have various other role takers. So this brings me to the importance of showing you what the structure of Toastmasters is. Structure of Toastmasters is this on the right-hand side. The member is always on the top. Maybe functionally, you may see the board of directors on the top, but hierarchically, you will see members or the power always lies with the members. They are the deciding factors and they are the members and the members who decide on behalf of the organization in terms of the voting powers. So the members belong to the club. So 4 or 5 clubs together become an area. 4 or 6 areas together become a division. 8 to 10 divisions together become a district. Can someone tell me which district we belong to? Can someone tell me which district we belong to?
127.
Absolutely. District 127. And which region do we belong to?
8.
Region 8.
Absolutely. And how many regions are there in this world today? Toastmasters? In total, there are 14 regions. There are 14 regions, 7 in the Americas and 7 outside Americas. So 14, and we belong to region 8. And then you have the board of directors who are again elected members. Now, who will help you to do all of this? It's so much of information. Jyothika has come and given so much of information. We can't wrap our head around all this information. What do we do? Don't worry. It's taken care there as well, provided you have a mentor. There's a beautiful mentorship program that Toastmaster has. So please, if for those of you who've already got a mentor, good luck. If you do not, please go back to your VP Education and ask them to get a mentor for you. If you know someone particularly, then you get always free to take the mentor's help. But there are certain essential qualities that a mentor has to have. The mentor has to be available. He or she has to be patient because not everybody has the same speed. So they have to be patient. They have to be sensitive as well, because mentorship is a long-term association. They have to be sensitive and flexible. My way is a highway, never works. So don't be rigid. Allow the mentee to do their mistakes, be themselves, be supportive, knowledgeable, and a good listener. Now, why I say knowledgeable is that, when I did my second speech, I delivered a speech even without looking at the objectives. And my mentor came back, the club mentor, in front of everyone said, repeat your speech. And I was so angry. I said, oh my God, how can he do this? But that was my mistake. I realized that what I did was wrong. Three speeches later, I was given a mentee. Now, that's a debatable thing, but 3 speeches later, I was given a mentee. But I made sure I read every black letter that was there on the white sheet to ensure that I give the right knowledge to my mentee. And that made me a stronger Toastmaster. Now, mentor and mentee is a two-way relationship. It's never a one-way relationship. So if you're thinking that mentor is responsible for you, no, not at all. You are responsible for your growth, and it's both ways. So you also have to have some essential qualities. You have to be eager to learn. If you do not want to learn or you cannot learn, how do you expect others to teach you? Be receptive. That's the least that you can do. Be receptive to the information. You may like it, you may not like it, but respond. Be open to ideas. Again, it's not my way or the highway. Be open to ideas. Be loyal. When I say be loyal, what I mean is that you do not have to necessarily go and badmouth or badmouth them, because that's someone spending so much of time with you is really a service. The least you can do is be loyal. And if you are doing this, you're consulting one mentor for a speech, and the same mentor, you're going and doing the same thing with another one, at least be transparent enough to tell that this is what you're doing. It's your choice, but at least be transparent enough to let them know, and be grateful. That's the biggest gift you can give a mentor. Be grateful. You're spending the time with you, right? Nobody does that these days. All right, so what next? I don't know how many of you have really gone online and seen, but you must have received an email from Toastmasters welcoming you to the fold with your membership number. If it's in the spam, if you've not received it, please go to your spam and check. I'm sure the email is lying there. You can add it in the safe sender list so that there's a continuous, you can keep receiving these mails in the future. The first thing that you have to do is please log on to www.toastmasters.org and activate your profile. So I'm just showing you a screenshot where you can log in. And when you go into Jyothika here, for example, your name, there is something called as profile. Please go and verify your address, your name, and all of that. If everything is okay, then you move on to the next. Now, earlier I told you that you can go and select your path, right? So for which you have to go in your home page, you will have these options. Go to Basecamp, Learning Hub, and Achievement Board. When you click Learning Board, this Learning Hub, this is where you have the option of selecting your path. And that is where you can go and do it. I'm not going to get into it. Really, I don't have time to get into it. And that's, I think there's a separate session that was conducted. Again, I'm repeating myself, but you can select the path. For those of you who've already selected your path, you can go into the Basecamp and start your projects. Again, there are a lot of awards and recognitions that you get because this is the least we can get, appreciation. And Toastmasters has a beautiful way of doing it. They have ribbons. Now, I don't know if your club really gives those ribbons, but at least you may see a certificate or a rolling trophy that is given. So there are pins available. You also get the tags, what do you call them? The learning path pins are available. You also have those, the level 2 pins, but all of this cost money. So if you want to purchase it, you purchase. If your club is rich enough, maybe they'll have some stock available. I'm not sure about it, but these are the awards that you can get. Also, when you finish your path, when you finish your level, you have certificates that are signed by the international director. Please preserve them because that's the best asset that you can have. You'll also have badges, which are digital badges online. If you go into your hub, you'll have those digital badges sitting. You also have the potential to give others badges, which you can explore. Again, that's a separate session altogether. But you can also give badges to other members in your club. If you like a speech, please feel free, go ahead, appreciate. Now, here's the thing. We talk about opportunities, right? I want to show you what kind of opportunities there are. And I want you to look at this picture. This is the World Championship of 2018. Now, on the leadership side, I've shown you, you can reach the stars, you can become the international president, God knows what, right? But on the speaking front, I want you to look at this girl in orange. She's Sherry Su. She's a Chinese girl who, before this contest, 8 years before the contest, did not even speak English. So if you're thinking that your English is not great, your grammar is not great, she learned English. And in 2018, she became the first runner-up in international speech contest in the United States. This was the first time 3 ladies won. And this year again, we have 3 ladies. We had Luisa Montalva, who came on a wheelchair and delivered. So sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. It's just the intention that you have to do your best in this journey. Have a clear goal and move ahead. Sky is the limit. I think I took a little more than what was allotted. All right, over to the MC then. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. But for now, it's back to the MC.
Thank you so much, DTM Jyothika, for that amazing, amazing segment. For all our new members over here, I think they all had a great time. People in the audience, can you tell if it was a good session? Did you guys enjoy it? You can react it. Come on, there's 63 of you who attended. So could we get that comment section going over there? Okay. DTM Jyothika, you can see the comment box is overflowing with their appreciation over there. But moving on to our next segment over here, it's our Q&A segment. So I'd like to hand the stage over to our public relations manager, Toastmaster Venzil. Toastmaster Venzil, where are you? There you are. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. Thank you so much, DTM Jyothika. That was an insightful presentation. It was a refreshing training for me as well. I've been a Toastmaster for the last 4.5 years, but certain things that I didn't know, I actually found out from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 10 minutes for the Q&A session. So, for those who want to ask a Q&A or questions or queries to speaker, please raise your hands and I will unmute you. We have 10 minutes. Timer, please, time for 10 minutes. And once 10 minutes are done, we will close the Q&A sessions. So let's go to the first question. I can see Toastmaster Smriti raising your hand. Can you please unmute yourself? And if you can come on the video.
Thank you, DM. Thank you for the amazing presentation today, DTM Jyothika. So my question is, it's been about a year since I joined Toastmasters, and for this term, I've taken up a club officer role as well. So by the time it had been about 2-3 months since I joined, I really wanted to take up a lot of roles with the club. I was really excited to learn and grow. So I landed up, wanting to do more and more and more. And one of the officers, with my club was like, when he was, or they were,
Can you jump to the
talking
question
about me,
quickly,
they were like,
Smriti?
yes, I'm getting
Tell
there.
me what the question, yeah.
He was like, she's been really annoying. She really wants to take a lot of roles. But then another officer was like, it's okay, we need to give other people their turn too. So how would you deal with this? Because at that point, I was really demotivated when this officer said that. So how, as a new member, how would you deal with that, demotivation, I guess, if that made sense?
Well, this probably has to do with a little bit of, miscommunication of what you want and what the club could offer. Probably you could have a better conversation with your VP Education and why, at what pace you want to go. Because when you have clarified these things, they will understand and give you those roles that are assigned. Now, what has happened before, I really do not know the background of what exactly, how things were done, but you probably could have a better communication with the officers and see how you want to go forward. Probably you could also talk to your mentor. If you have a mentor, you could probably bring in, speak to your mentor to see how this could be taken forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, DTM Jyothika. I hope that answers your question, Toastmasters. Next question is from Syed. Syed, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, thank you so much. Excellent presentation. I won't take much of the time, and I will quickly jump on through the questions. I have two questions. One is in regards of the distinguished Toastmaster. There was a slide shown. If that slide can be shown again, I was a bit confused on the part of that. They were like,
okay, 1
you
minute.
need to do this and this and this. That can be shared. By the time screen comes up, my second question is regarding the pathway presentations. If we can have a link of the video, or we can know the schedule, when is it done? This is to Dr. Muneeba, I guess. Yeah, perfect, this one. The
Right.
next one, I guess, sorry. The next one, if you can go on the next slide. Yeah, this one, perfect.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, what is your
Okay,
question?
yeah. So my question is on the this one, direct distinguished regions and area divisions. How are these roles applied for? Is there any portal, or is it selected, or we need to put an application, or how do we express our interest in that position?
Yeah, so area director onwards are roles which are elected roles. Okay, especially in District 127, there is a consensus that area directors are elected roles. So you have to follow you have to meet certain criteria. To be an area director, it is recommended that you become a council member, a district council member. That is usually the VP education or the president. So it is recommended, although it's not mandatory. Then you can apply, and depending on the votes you get, you have the area council that will vote for you. I hope you know who the area council members are. You have the area director, you have the program quality secretary, and the club growth who will vote for you. And you have also the club president, the VP education, and the VP membership who form the area council. So depending on the votes you get, if you're uncontested, then you can win it. The area directors. Again, division director is a district election that takes place where the council members vote for, and the council members are the president and the VP education. Again, as you move ahead, the district director, program quality, again, the same process takes place. However, the election stops at the club growth director, because finance manager, admin manager are three roles that are nominated, and they are not elected positions. All right, finance and administration manager. Then for the regional advisor, again, you have to apply, and the international director, that is beyond the district level. That's a region level. Does that answer your question?
So the application is done on the portal? On the same TM portal?
District director will let you know how the application is done. When the time comes, right, they'll let you know that you have to apply.
And
that time you can apply.
And this voting is done only not from your club, but for the entire region of 127.
For the area director, you mean?
The area director, yes.
No, area director is only your area. Will be your club members of your area will vote for you.
Okay. So all the club members in the entire area will be there.
See, whichever area you're standing for, those clubs, area council members will have to vote for you.
Clear. Very good. Thank you.
But whereas division director is different, the entire district has to vote for the division director.
Clear. This part is clear. In regards of pathway, also, if you can put some light on that.
Which one? Which
the pathways? You've already mentioned that it's already been covered separately. So I would like to know if I can have the schedule for that, or a video recording, or the presentation, so we can go through it.
I think your program quality director will be able to answer that question.
Okay.
Yes, said we had a workshop on pathways last month. I'll share it with you. We already have a YouTube link towards that presentation about how to choose your pathways and to master level 1. Because in level 1, in all pathways are the same. So once you master the level 1, then further on, all the levels will be easier. You'll get an idea about it. So how to choose your pathways, what all pathways are available, and how to carry on with your level 1, that we have a presentation. I'll share with you again.
Perfect. Or if you can put in the chat so everybody can benefit, that would be great.
Yes. I'll try to put in the chat the link to the YouTube
To the
presentation,
video.
recorded.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Syed, Toastmaster Syed. And I have a question from Toastmaster Asad Mukhtar on the chat box. How is the mentor assigned? Over to you, DTM, Jyothika.
So, right. So what happens is there isn't a written rule of how a mentor is assigned, but the recommended path is when you join a club, that's where explicitly expressing your goal becomes very important. Because imagine if you want to be a great speaker and you're assigned a mentor who probably is not a great speaker, but he could be a great leader, right? So that probably may not be the right match to you. So that's why it becomes very important. And in Toastmasters, there is the first interview that has to be conducted by the VP Education and the mentor with the new member who comes in. I don't know if that interview has been conducted. That is where your discussion takes place. But there, the mentor sits along. But ideally, what I would say is that when you join a club, please clarify your position with your VP Education. What are you looking to grow? And then you can have a mentor. Now, there's one more thing that I'd like to share. I hope it's not a lot of information. I really don't want to. There's already so much of information there. Once you complete your second level, you are eligible to be a mentor yourself because there's a small mini path called as Certified Pathways Mentor that opens up. If you can open that, if you all can attempt that, it's an optional path, by the way, all right? And you don't have to pay for it. It's something that is given to you. If you can be a Pathways mentor, you'll have a structured approach towards mentoring. But to answer your question, please go back to your VP Education. They'll be having a mentor pool or they'll be having a plan of how they want to assign mentors. But ideally, it has to be done once they speak to you, they understand your goals, what you want out of Toastmasters, and then give you an appropriate match. Does it answer your question?
I think it does. It was on the chat box. Thank you so much, DTM Jyothika. We'll take last two questions. We have Toastmaster Aju raising his hand. Toastmaster Aju, can you please unmute? Hello, Toastmaster Aju.
Yeah, I hope everyone can hear me. See, I have three questions.
Yes.
One question is regarding, can we have simultaneous membership with the multiple clubs at the same time? That is question number one. Second question will be regarding, I had some confusion regarding the pathway and the DTM. So is it like in each pathway selection, we have to achieve the DTM, as the peak?
Okay,
and
let's
once
go
the
one at a time. Aju, let's go one at a time. Okay. The first
Yeah.
is yes, you can have multiple membership provided you are you pay your membership with all the clubs. Okay,
Okay.
you are free to have
Yeah.
membership with anyone. Your second one is DTM. For every DTM, there's a requirement. Okay, it's not that for every path you have to do a DTM. DTM is your way ahead. For example, you join first standard, then you have second, third, fourth, fifth, you go up to 10th, and then you finish your graduation, right? So that's a path. In that path,
Okay, so
you will finish
DTM is
two
the
levels.
graduation kind, right?
It's a graduation, the final graduation. However,
Yeah.
let me repeat again here. I want it to be very clear to you all. That's not the end goal. That's not the end goal. That is just another additional award. And to call yourself in the feel-good factor that you're a DTM. Okay, I'm serious here. Yeah, it is not the end goal, because if you want to continuously become a good speaker, you have to go back and repeat your entire process again, because it is sharpening your saw each and every time. All right. So to do one DTM, you have to finish two parts and a DTM project, which will be available to you only when you finish your second part. All right, Aju?
Yeah. And my third question, and it is the last one, regarding the
Yes.
mentorship itself, like how the communication with the mentor is being designed. Is it only during the Toastmaster Club we can communicate with the mentor, or offline we can communicate with them, seek their support, or how it is?
So you'll have to sit with the mentor and reach an agreement, because each mentor will have different ways and different expectation. They have their own professional goals as responsibilities as well, right? So you could discuss with them to see what is the best way to contact you, what time is good, and when is the best time during the week that we can speak to you. So there is no one standard rule for it. You can always speak to your mentor and arrive at an arrangement that will help both of you.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, DTM Jyothika. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aju. And last one question, there was a chat box. I don't know if this is a question. It is from Toastmaster Shakib. He says he has not received a welcome email, not even on his spam or junk folder. Is there someone that he has to get in touch with?
So do you have your membership ID?
Toastmaster Shakib, are you there?
Do you have your
Yeah,
membership ID?
I don't have my membership ID.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
what you could do is going back again and checking with TI, maybe probably, Muneeba, can you help him out here? I don't know whether that, but I'll tell you a shortcut here, all right? You can ask, if you're a paid member, please ask your VP Education to go and check your membership ID, log into www.toastmasters.org, or you can ask your VP membership to give you a membership ID and say forgot password. That's the way you activate your profile.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, Muneeba. I think you can. Yeah.
Right. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shoaib. Thank you so much, DTM Jyothika, for answering all the questions. And thank you so much for an opportunity for being a Q&A moderator. Over to you, Toastmaster David.
Thank you so much, Venzil, for that lovely Q&A. And thank you so much, DTM Jyothika, for that. And with that, we come to the end segment of this wonderful new member orientation. Thank you all so much for coming on board, being there and learning. DTM Jyothika, we so appreciate you coming and taking some time to give these new members insights on what it means to be a Toastmaster and walking us through your PowerPoint presentation. Without further ado, and the last segment of the day, like to close the meeting, I like to call upon our program quality director, DTM, Dr. Muneeba Ali. With that, adios.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. I'm honored to thank all of you for making it today for our session, and allow me to extend our thanks to our District Director, DTM Dr. Abdul Sattar, for guiding us from the front, being an inspiring leader. Thank you, DTM Jyothika Shetty, for precisely presenting a vast topic of new members orientation. Lovely to have you here. And thank you, Toastmaster David, for letting us know that a Toastmaster can wear many hats and juggle 2 hats in a creative way, like you did the Surgery Taps and MC. You have an amazing level of energy, I should say. And to our Zoom master, Toastmaster Mibin, for running the show with glimpses and updates about the activities with colorful pictures and recording to be shared soon. Somebody asked in the chat window. Yes, we'll be sharing a recording soon. Once we coordinate with Mibin about the recording, we'll be sharing it soon to all of you. Thank you, Mibin. You're a pro. And Toastmaster Varun was supposed to join, but I suppose he had some technical issues, and nevertheless, he volunteered to assist the Zoom master. Thank you, Toastmaster Varun, for that. I have to acknowledge you volunteering for that role. And I have to thank our timer, Toastmaster Vinisha, who's always ready to take a role. Being the timekeeper isn't that easy. And to our PRM, Toastmaster Venzil, who moderated a wonderful Q&A session to address the concerns of our audience. Finally, thanks, dear audience, for making it lovelier with your reactions and responses. Thank you all. Great leaders don't set out to be great leaders. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role. It's always about the goal. I'm happy and proud that we Toastmaster have such a selfless set of leaders. And let's all cherish this meeting, brainstorm, and strive hard to make a change in ourselves and our district. Never forget our district name, new members, District 127. We have a motto also, one family, one district. Thank you. And we are going to acknowledge the 3 clubs with the maximum attendees. That's a surprise coming out today. Toastmaster Venzil will be sharing the link for feedback in the chat window. Please write your name and give us the feedback, which club you belong to. We'll be acknowledging the clubs 3 clubs with maximum attendees for today. And don't forget, in 4 days, on August 31st, we have the monthly district workshop with exciting topics discussed by excellent speakers. Can I share that one? Yeah, we'll be having this monthly workshop within 4 days. Please join and learn from our international director elected this time, DTM Sujit Sukumaran. We should be proud of him. He was elected as international director for Region 8, our region, and from Divya Raj, DTM and Toastmasters Suraj about the topics today, which DTM Jyothika Shetty told you about how to do the TMOD, how to do the GE, about building voices, and about club marketing insights. Thank you all.